The president heading out of Austin, Texas, and back to Washington in about 10 minutes now after discussing the immigration crisis with officials there in Texas, including the Republican Governor Rick Perry. Republicans and some Democrats have criticized the president for not visiting the border during his trip, but he defended the decision, saying, "I'm not interested in photo ops. I'm interested in solving the problem." Ed Henry live in Austin. Ed, the president seems to be demanding answers from Republicans.
That's right, and that's why he met with Governor Rick Perry last night, as you suggested, in Dallas, to try and say, look, let's figure out some common ground here. Today he was trying to mostly focus on the economy, but in his remarks last night, you can see what he was trying to do was push this idea that, look, it's time to work together because this is a thorny crisis with no easy answers. Listen.
Are folks more interested in politics, or are they more interested in solving the problem? If they're interested in solving the problem, then this can be solved. If the preference is for politics, then it won't be solved.
The president went on to say that he's not going to the border because he thinks it would just be a photo op. That brought a lot of mocking for the president the last 24 hours on social media, since today, for example, he started his day with a cup of coffee with a University of Texas student where he did basically a photo op pushing his economic message. Shepard.
He did a photo op back in Sandy, and they were mad at him about the photo op then. So I guess it depends on the circumstances, either side of this in politics. But I know he's asking for money to try to fix this, and everybody's not on board with that either.
No, not at all. And the bottom line is the president's Homeland Security Secretary, Jay Johnson, is testifying on Capitol Hill right now as we speak, trying to convince mostly skeptical Republicans of the idea that the priorities are in order here. But I can tell you, Speaker John Boehner was pretty fired up earlier today in saying he's not on board. Listen.
We're not giving the president a blank check. And beyond that, we'll wait further discussions with our members before we make any final decisions.
One of the concerns Republicans are raising is they say there's too much money in this $3.7 billion package dealing with the detention facilities, giving money to the Health and Human Services Department to deal with the children. They say, look, we want to help out the children. We want to figure out, make sure there's humane conditions. But they say there's got to be more money in that package as well, Shep, to actually deal with border security. Shep.
Ed Henry in Austin this afternoon. Ed, thanks.